And here are the nominees.
The nominees for Best Pop Vocal Album are Swag, Man's Best Friend, Something Beautiful, Mayhem, I've Tried Everything But Therapy, Part 2.
It's official. The 2026 Grammy nominations have landed, and while the world expected to see Taylor Swift once again dominate the charts and the ballots, the twist no one saw coming is that she wasn't on the list. But before anyone jumps to conclusions, there's a very important reason why Taylor isn't nominated this year. Her latest record-breaking project, The Life of a Showgirl, was released after the Grammy eligibility cutoff date of the 30th of August 2025. The album dropped on the 3rd of October 2025, just a few weeks too late to qualify for the 2026 awards season. This means Taylor didn't miss out, she simply arrived ahead of the next wave. Industry experts have already confirmed that The Life of a Showgirl will be a frontrunner for the 2027 Grammys, with multiple categories expected, from Album of the Year to Song of the Year. So, to all the Swifties watching this, there's no snub, no shade, no Grammy politics here. Taylor's timing just placed her masterpiece into the next cycle, and that could actually work in her favor. By 2027, she'll be competing on her own fresh stage, without splitting votes against this year's pop contenders. And now, with that clear, let's get into the part of the story that everyone's talking about because the spotlight this time fell not on Taylor, but on one of her closest friends.
Hi, it's Sabrina Carpenter. I'm so excited and incredibly honored to be able to announce the nominees for the Grammys in the categories Pop Vocal Album and Pop Solo Performance. It was such an honor to even be nominated in these categories amongst so many amazing artists. Beyonce, Taylor, Ariana, Charlie, Chaplin.
Sabrina's nomination came as a shock to many casual fans, but not to those who followed her meteoric rise over the past year. Her 2025 hit single Espresso became an anthem across the globe, blending that nostalgic bubblegum pop energy with a modern, sophisticated edge. The track didn't just dominate TikTok trends, it broke streaming records, earning Sabrina her first ever Grammy nomination for Record of the Year and Best Pop Solo Performance. And yet, what should have been a celebration soon spiraled into controversy. Minutes after the announcement, online critics flooded social media with claims that Sabrina didn't deserve the nomination, that the Academy had snubbed other major pop contenders in her favor. Fans of other artists began tagging the Grammys, calling her success a fluke, and accusing the committee of favoritism, saying it was too soon for a newcomer to get such a spotlight. It was brutal. But amid the noise, one voice stood out, and it was none other than Taylor Swift herself. According to insiders close to both stars, Taylor Swift privately reached out to Sabrina on Instagram shortly after the nominations were announced. The message, described as warm, supportive, and deeply emotional, reminded Sabrina that she deserves every ounce of success she's earned.
I had it in my notes, just, you don't know the life of a showgirl. All of a sudden this song comes together and the first thought I had was Sabrina Carpenter. She is such a funny person. She is so tough in the right ways and soft and vulnerable in the right ways. And I was so happy that she wanted to sing that.
Taylor reportedly wrote, "You earned this. Don't let the noise fool you. The people who matter see your work, and I'm proud of you." Those close to Taylor say she wanted Sabrina to know that real success isn't measured by public opinion, but by impact, and that's something Taylor herself has lived through countless times in her own career. This quiet show of support comes at a time when the media and public have been relentlessly comparing the two artists, especially after Sabrina joined Swift's Eras Tour as an opening act in 2024. Fans often describe Sabrina as Taylor's protege, but in moments like this, it's clear that Taylor sees her as something deeper, a friend, a fellow artist, and a woman fighting the same industry battles. For anyone wondering why Taylor herself isn't on the 2026 Grammy list, there's a simple explanation. Her latest project, The Life of a Showgirl, was released on the 3rd of October 2025, which made it ineligible for this year's Grammy cycle. The Recording Academy's cutoff date for submissions was the 30th of August 2025, just weeks before the album dropped. That means Taylor will be eligible for the 2027 Grammys, where many insiders believe she'll sweep nominations once again. Still, Taylor's absence this year only magnified the spotlight on Sabrina and, unfortunately, the criticism that came with it. The controversy reached boiling point when hashtags like number not deserved and number Grammy politics began trending on X, formerly Twitter. Some users accused Sabrina of riding Taylor's coattails, while others defended her as a hardworking artist who had finally found her sound. One fan wrote, "People forget Sabrina's been in this industry for over a decade. She's not some overnight success. She's evolved, she's earned this." Another said, "Taylor Swift built a legacy by lifting women up. Sabrina deserves that same chance." And indeed, that's what Taylor herself believes. Those who know her say she was furious at the tone of the attacks, especially since she's seen firsthand how hard Sabrina has worked to carve out her place in pop music. Their friendship began long before the Grammys. In early 2024, when Taylor personally selected Sabrina to open for several Eras tour dates, many saw it as a career-defining move for the then-rising pop star. Behind the scenes, Taylor reportedly mentored Sabrina on everything from songwriting to stage presence, helping her refine her artistic voice. Sabrina later called the experience life-changing and repeatedly credited Taylor for showing her how to stay authentic in an industry that often tries to mold young artists into something they're not. So when the world turned against Sabrina this week, it's no surprise that Taylor stepped up, not publicly, not for clout, but quietly, as a real friend does. Taylor Swift's gesture might seem small on the surface, just a message of support between two artists, but in reality, it's symbolic of something much bigger. In an industry built on competition, Taylor chose solidarity. She's reminding the world that success for one woman doesn't threaten another, that there's room for more than one powerhouse voice in pop music. And for Sabrina Carpenter, that message means everything. Because beyond the Grammy buzz, the online hate, and the noise, what truly lasts is the bond between artists who refuse to let others pit them against each other. Final thoughts. This year, Taylor Swift may not have a Grammy nomination, but her impact is still everywhere. From her songwriting legacy to the artists she's inspired. Her fingerprints are on every chart, every tour, and now every Grammy list. Sabrina Carpenter's rise is proof of that influence. And as one insider put it, when Taylor wins, her friends win too, even when she's not the one on the stage. So yes, the backlash might be loud, but Taylor's message is louder. You belong here, Sabrina. You earned this. And that, dear viewers, is the real story behind the Grammy nominations everyone's talking about.
The most well-matched era in terms of where my life was when I wrote it and then where I am now when it's out in the world. I feel exactly the same way as I did when I wrote and recorded these songs. It's like
Everything But Therapy, Part 2.